I had planned to continue with this post about decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, but I'll skip that. You can read it on your own. And I'll continue with a very important theme: incentive for donating. It's very important because we don't want to go back to the intellectual property law. Look at this joke: sold my soul to the devil, but I held on to the intellectual property rights or law. Decentralized, peer-to-peer, copyright, copyleft, piracy, new world order. Creativity is not a crime. Your soul is mine, your intellectual property is mine. Occupy a rhyme. This picture. Everything is a remix. They made one series of. It's interesting to watch that. Intellectual property law inhibits creativity. Seems I'm the first person who started to use the hashtag for the words incentive for donation. Here you can click here to look what people say about that. Maybe somebody still doesn't know what means hashtag. If you are interested to cooperate in this project, please use it too. Decentralized cooperation, peer-to-peer. I have already some ideas for innovating incentive for donating, but first of all, I want to explain you in detail the word incentive. Meow, meow, please donate now, says the cat. So this I will read later for you from Wikipedia. Another picture I made. Creativity is not a crime. Your soul is mine, your intellectual property is mine. Occupy a rhyme. Picture, Twitter. So nice. This I said already. Tomorrow is expense. Okay, my favorite keywords are in my profile. Priorities change sometimes a little. Now I included the hashtag incentive for donation. Okay, just show you this in big little bit. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, mark of the beast, libertarian, Christian, rap, everything's a remix, intellectual property, law inhibits creativity, incentive for donation. Can have a look at the picture, my location. This is my main channel on YouTube. And now I'm gonna read you about incentive. First we click here. It's the incentive disambiguation from Wikipedia. An incentive is something that motivates an individual to perform an action. Incentive may also refer to incentive software, a former British video game developer, incentive records in the music business, The Incentive, an episode of the American comedy television series The Office. See also all page beginning incentive titles containing incentive theory. What is that? organizational behavior, organization structures and dynamics, a concept of human resources and management theory. Motivation incentive theory, a motivational theory. Okay, incentive. Here we were before. Incentive disambiguation, and this is now the general explanation of incentive. Before I start, I want to remember you this article possibly contains original research. Please improve it by verifying the claims made and adding inline citations. Statements consisting only of original research may be removed. So everybody can contribute here in this side of Wikipedia to improve the information. An incentive is something that motivates an individual to perform an action. The study of incentive structures is central to the study of all economic activities, both in terms of individual decision-making and in terms of cooperation and competition. You can always click on these words in blue to get more information. Within a larger institutional structure, economic analysis then of the differences between societies and between different organizations within a society largely amounts to characterizing the difference in incentive structures faced by individuals involved in these collective efforts. Ultimately, incentives aim to provide value for money and contribute to organizational success. Here you can see a summary of the contents. Categorizing incentives. Number 1. Other forms, social pressure, economics, regulation in the utility sector, problems, recessions. See also references, further reading. So we start with here, correct? Categorizing incentives. Incentives can be classified according to the different ways in which they motivate agents to take a particular course of action. Only common and useful taxonomy divides incentives into 4 broad classes. Taxonomy sounds a little strange to me, so I just click on that. Taxonomy general for biological, for other uses. Disambiguation. Taxonomy is the practice and science of classification, because it sounds like tax. The word is also used as a count noun. A taxonomy or taxonomic scheme is the particular classification. The word finds its roots in Greek and so on. Okay, let's go back. So we are back here in incentive. So into 4 broad classes. Number 1, remunerative incentives and financial incentives are said to exist where an agent can expect some form of material reward, especially money, in exchange for acting in a particular way. Moral incentives are said to exist where a particular choice is widely regarded as the right thing to do, or as particularly admirable, or where the failure to act in a certain way is condemned as indecent. A person acting on a moral incentive can expect a sense of self-esteem and approval or even admiration of his community. A person acting against a moral incentive can expect a sense of guilt and condemnation and even ostracism for the community. Okay, this was the second moral. The third is coercive incentives are said to exist where a person can expect that the failure or to act or in a particular way will result in a physical force being used against them or their loved ones by others in the community, for example by inflicting pain and punishment or by imprisonment or by confiscating or destroying their possessions. And the fourth incentive, natural incentives, such as curiosity, mental or physical exercise, admiration, fear, anger, pain, joy, or the pursuit of truth, or the control over things in the world or people or oneself. There is another common usage in which incentive is contrasted with coercion, as when economic moralists contrast incentive-driven work, such as entrepreneurship, employment, or volunteering motivated by remunerative moral or personal incentives, with coerced work, such as slavery or serfdom, where work is motivated by the threat or use of violence, pain, and/or deprivation. In this usage, the category of coercive incentives is excluded. For the purposes of this article, however, incentive is used in the broader sense defined above. Other forms. These categories do not, by any means, exhaust every possible form of incentive that an individual person may have. In particular, they do not encompass the many other forms of incentive, which may be roughly grouped together under the heading of personal incentives, which motivate an individual person through their tastes, desires, senses of duty, pride, personal drives to artistic creation, or to achieve remarkable feats, and so on. The reason for setting these sorts of incentives to they are doing some works over there. Sorry about that. Incentives to one side is that not that they are less important to understand human action. After all, social incentive structures can only exist in virtue of the effect that social arrangements have on the motives and actions of individual people. Hold it. Do they have to start now with these works over there? Or the concentration? Anyway, I'm limited to 15 minutes, so you can read the rest and follow me on Twitter. I follow you back. So, and if you like, share this video with your friends, subscribe, like, whatever.